Welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. And now we're on the third break. Mostly will be the big news that has been going on in Thailand for the past over a month.
Exactly. And
one of
biggest,
those stories.
the biggest at this point.
Oh, well, every day we thought it's going to wrap up. No, it's never. And news information keeps emerging every day.
Worse.
Yes. Anyway. After yesterday, we talked that this particular monk, Nen Kam, we call him Scandalous monk, and many newspapers call him Jetsetter monk, just because the brand name and the private jet that was going on. And the information yesterday surfaced that he was trying to buy a jet plane, but somehow the project didn't go through. Actually, at the end, he was thinking about this is not confirmed, but is testifying by witness that he was planning to buy a pre-owned private jet, but somehow the plan didn't go through because he was planning about flying after he make a purchase. He want to fly with the former pilot. Remember we talked about former pilot?
Right, that has came out as say that he saw a hard cash with gold bricks.
The former pilot said the last straw that made him stop have involved with all this particular activity altogether, just because Nen Kam said when he picked up the airplane, Nen Kam wants to tag along with him, and on the way back they want to stop here and there in many countries, and it make him realize that he afraid that it will be possible that it will be money laundering, and he's afraid that he might get involved in some of the money transfer in between the countries. And he said if he get caught flying the airplane, moving money in and out different countries altogether, it's not going to worth it for him. If he able to get commission from selling a private jet, he wouldn't have chance to spend it anyway, because
that's wise. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And he said he has been quiet because it's Thai people mindset that they don't want to meddling with other people's business, but he said it's probably a good time to come out already. Now a lot of media try to contact him, but we haven't heard from him personally yet. Anyway, yesterday, more on this particular monk, you know that he has this project of building the Emerald Buddha replica at it's not what anymore, at Kantitam Monastery, and it was advertised that it will use 8,000 kilograms of gold to use as the dressing of the Buddha image. Now yesterday, Mr. Songkran Achiriyasap, he is the president of the network that I don't know what's it called in English, but the Thai name of this network is the destroying of the country, religion, and
so for the protection of the country,
the protection of the three main institutions of Thailand, but they'll use the word anti something. Anyway, he has submitted the evidence that he has been gathered in the past 2 years of the root of all these gold, the 8,000 kilograms that Nen Kam able to collect from his followers, which is worth about 9,700 and it's worth about 9.762 billion baht.
Whoa!
He said this is actually. There's a whole team. It's not just Nen Kam himself. There is another big group of businessmen. He has a list of names of all these businessmen that involved in this what he call money laundering, cash and gold in Bangkok and vicinities. Total of 8 people together. So he submit this evidence to the Anti-Money Laundering Office, or AMLO, yesterday, and hopefully he said it will be in a good use later. And that's a lot already. I think.
Right.
And
well, there's also a talk of whether or not the because he was involved, the 8 wives so far.
Right.
They say that at this point they only have one woman that came forward.
The one with the 15-year-old son.
However,
not 15, 11 years old.
11. However, the problem is 7 others, they're not sure if they want to step forward because they already have family.
Right.
So they might not step forward. So they might not be able to get into that. However, the whole entire luxury cars that he seems to have. Now, the close assistants to Luang Pu Nen Kam, of course, came out and said and admitted that, yes, he changed his cars a lot. Now, most of them actually imported in from the Middle East. And they say that sometimes they export they sent or they sold, I'm not sure what they do it, but sometimes the cars would go outside the country as well, into elsewhere. So not sure if you can call that trading, whether or not he was trading, because there was a talk about him having a garage, that there's a lot of cars coming in, luxuries cars. So who knows? So DSI is extremely interesting in this particular case due to the fact that this might tie into the tax evasion for the customized cars, for the luxury cars as well. Now, there also a talk when they open up the Facebook page asking for more information on Luang Pu Nen Kam. And of course, there's another monk that came out and claimed that Luang Pu Nen Kam and his followers were saying that they were going to donate some money for this particular temple. However, once they talk about the property and everything already get themselves settled to get ready to build a temple, really.
Right.
Luang Pu Nen Kam did not give them any money and just kind of just step away.
And talking about the status as a monk, though, it was in the news, of course, information that Luang Pu Nen Kam first ordained as a monk in Srisaket province. And so people try to find the status of this Jetsetter monk. So yesterday, the head of I would call cardinal, if it's a Catholic church, of Srisaket monks, Dean, he come out and said that he didn't come out and say that, but the journalist interviewed him, and he said that this particular monk has moved out of his, is it called network?
Right. Almost like under the umbrella.
They already moved out his umbrella since he went now and set up Wat Pa Khanti Tham. So practically, he is not under this particular
no longer
church temple anymore. But in his opinion, if what everybody else said is true, that he has a wife, he has sexual relationship and has a kid, his status as a monk is gone since he has sexual relationship with the 14-year-old woman. Right. So he said it's a very sensitive issue. He wants to make sure that all the information has been certified before saying anything more than this.
Now, just to move on to another notorious news, of course, at this point, the audio clips, the famous audio clips.
It's your famous news.
Yes, my famous news that surfaced over the weekends. Now, of course, like I mentioned, the audio clips, a lot of people heard it and they claim to be of General Yuttasak Sasiprapha versus former Prime Minister Kun Thaksin Shinawatra. Then they say that it was supposed to took place in Hong Kong, in one of the restaurants. Now, of course, our Prime Minister has been already interviewed about this because she went to Impact Arena yesterday to preside over the event that we talked about earlier. Now, she said that she thinks that they could still work with the military because they have been working, the government and military working hand in hand for almost for 2 years now, and the government has shown that they're willing to cooperate and respect each other. So she didn't think there's going to be a problem. But as for the clip, the audio clip, she said that she hasn't heard it. Someone have to investigate over that, so she's not going to touch about that. And she wished that we should start talking use this particular media outlet to talk about something like policies or government performances rather than scandals. So she was asking that we have done a lot of things, the governments, in terms of trying to implement different policies. So let's focus on that. So she's asking for that. As for General Yuttasak Sasiprapha, of course, when they asked for him to give out a little bit of an interview, he refused to, and he said that he already mentioned it. And when the reporter asked him, does he think that maybe someone close to him is the one that kind of released that particular audio clip or even taped it, he said that he would not talk about it, and he just pretty much run upstairs to his room.
I believe he's already submit the resignation letter, and the Prime Minister already
said no.
Yes, not accepting it.
Exactly. So Kun Jarapong Rungsawan, the Interior Minister, also coming out and say that he hasn't heard it, but the thing is, he doesn't think there's going to be a big problem, even though he hasn't heard it. Prampong Naparito, the speaker for the Pheu Thai Party spokesperson, has coming out and said that he have heard it, he has investigated it, and it was doctored.
Okay,
so he
if it's doctored, it means there is an original one.
So we're not sure. We're not sure. Maybe they try to take it here and there.
It's just this is a point that the Democrat Party tried to make. If you said it's doctor, it means there is an original one.
And that's the thing. The Democrat Party did coming out and say that, and Kun Prampong have said that Kun Apisit and Kun Suthep better watch out because they have the clip of their own in terms of trying to disperse the Black May protesters during the time way back when. So that clip is still not exactly clarified.
And I think it's still in court, the case of that doctor clip that supposedly
they kind of have some knife stabbing going on there. So we're probably going to have to wait and see. All in all, I think it's good that they're stabbing each other because because the more they bleed, the more we would actually hear the truth
and see their blood.
Well, I don't know, but the truth is what we want to know.
Yes,
so,
the truth is what we want to know.
Just enjoy the time, and at this point, we're going to have to take a short break because, of course, Kun Chen will tell us a little bit more about the whole social movement thing. I think there's a little bit more update there, so please stay tuned.